So you're dreaming of shaping young minds in a New York classroom, right? It's an amazing goal, but that path starts with one absolutely crucial step: certification. So let's do this. We're going to break down that entire journey from the very first workshop to the final exam and give you a crystal clear map to success. Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll get into the why behind this whole process. Then we'll cover the mandatory training you've got to get done. After that, it's time for the main event: conquering those core exams. We'll then jump into some real-world strategy and prep, and finally, we'll look at what happens once you've got that certificate in hand. Okay, let's start with the big picture. Before we dive into the nuts and bolts of all the tests and paperwork, it's so important to understand why this certification is the absolute non-negotiable key that unlocks the classroom door in New York State. I mean, this is the question that starts it all, isn't it? Deciding to become a teacher in New York is a huge deal. And to make that dream a reality, you have to navigate the state's official requirements. So think of this certification not just as a piece of paper, but really as your professional license to practice the incredible art of teaching. Now, here's where it gets interesting. One of the first things you need to know is that not all schools play by the exact same rules. If you want to teach in a public or a charter school, state certification is almost always a hard and fast requirement, no way around it. Private schools, though, they often have a lot more flexibility. They might decide that your deep expertise in, say, theoretical physics is more important than a formal state credential. It just gives them more options when hiring. All right, let's move on. Because before you can even think about signing up for the big exams, there are a couple of mandatory training workshops you've got to knock out first. Let's take a look at what they are. First up is DASA. That stands for the Dignity for All Students Act. And trust me, this is not just some box you check off. It's a full 6-hour training that's all about equipping you with the tools to create a school environment where every single student feels safe, seen, and totally respected, free from any kind of harassment or discrimination. The heart of DASA is really about being proactive, you know? It's not just about reacting when a problem pops up. It's about understanding how to prevent and address bullying and discrimination that could be based on a whole range of things: race, gender, a person's weight, their background, the whole shebang. Okay, the second mandatory training is called SSHS, which stands for Safe Schools, Healthy Students. Now, tucked inside this broader program is a really critical workshop called SAVE, and that one focuses specifically on school violence prevention and intervention. The SSHS workshop gives you this incredibly comprehensive safety foundation. I mean, just look at the range of topics it covers. We're talking everything from recognizing the signs of child abuse and preventing school violence to fire safety and even substance abuse prevention. It's really thorough. Okay, so you've got your foundational workshops done. Now it's time to gear up for the main event: the New York State Teacher Certification Examinations, or as you'll get to know it very well, the NYSTCE. Your whole world is going to revolve around two main exams. First is the Educating All Students Test, or EAS. That one covers teaching principles for all kinds of diverse learners. Then you've got the Content Specialty Tests, or CSTs. And this is so important. You have to pass a specific CST for every single subject you want to be certified to teach. So if you want to teach biology and history, yep, that's 2 different CSTs. Just to make this real, let's break down a super common CST for folks who want to teach elementary school. As you can see, the multi-subject test is actually 3 tests in one. And check out the different time limits. You get 2 hours for literacy and English, a little more for math at 2.25 hours, and then a faster-paced 1-hour section for arts and sciences. So, what's the magic number? What are you aiming for? The number you need to burn into your brain is 520. That is the minimum scaled score you need to hit on each part of the exam to pass. That's your target. That's the finish line. So now that you know what you're up against, it is officially time for your training montage. This section is all about strategy and the best ways to prepare to absolutely crush these exams. This is the question on every aspiring teacher's mind, right? You can find endless books, websites, online courses. It's so easy to get totally overwhelmed. But you know, sometimes the best advice comes straight from people who've already been in the trenches and conquered this thing. Take this piece of advice from a teacher on Reddit. It's a great reminder that not all study materials are created equal. So if the official practice test might just stress you out, what should you do instead? Well, focus on third-party study guides from publishers you trust, work through tons of their practice questions, and hey, maybe even start a study group. The goal is to build your confidence, not your anxiety.
So, when you're feeling ready to go, the actual registration process is super straightforward. You'll just head over to the official NYSTCE website, create an account, register for the specific exam you need, pay the fee, and then you can schedule your appointment at a testing center near you. It's a pretty simple process to get that date on the calendar.
And that brings us to our final section. Let's fast forward. You've done the training, you've taken the tests, so what happens next? Let's talk about life after the exam and how getting certified really shapes your entire career. When you finally get your results, you're not going to see a simple percentage. Instead, you'll see something called a scaled score. Basically, your raw score, how many questions you got right, is converted to the standard 400 to 600 scale. They do this to make sure everything is fair, because every version of the test has slightly different questions. It's kind of like grading on a curve to make sure everyone is judged on an even playing field. And one last thing that's really important to know, the traditional college to classroom path isn't the only way to become a teacher. New York actually offers several other pathways. There are supplementary certificates for teachers who want to add a new subject, internship certificates for people still in grad school, and even transitional certificates for professionals who are making a big career change into education. So there you have it. We've walked through the workshops, we've broken down the exams, and we've looked at some key strategies. Your map to becoming a certified teacher in New York is all laid out. The only question left is, are you ready to take that exciting first step?
For free NYSTCE practice test, you can either click the link in the description or simply scan the QR code on the screen.